Hello everyone, it's been a while and welcome back to my me sharing my classical games. My first game is me versus Matheson Carlisle. He's 1633 rated NZCF. I thought I probably could win this, but it could have gone anyway really. Maybe. I mean not based on this game, but anyway. Wait, 1 second. Okay, so my opponent played e4. Here, he played like weird battler attack stuff. It's not great, but I played a6, knight c6, and knight ge7, and I'm gonna play b5. And now I played d5. I just have a huge queenside space advantage. My only problem is it takes a while for me to castle, but but I should be at like -1, quite a lot better. My opponent just sacked a piece for no reason, so that was kind of funny. And then when he's down a piece, he doesn't want to trade. He went here, I went here. I want to trade pieces because I'm up a piece, because he just sacked a piece for no reason. I mean, bishop e7, just trying to castle as fast as I can. a4 is a smart move. You want to create chaos. You also kind of want to undermine the b5 pawn, undermine my queenside space advantage. So I castle. He goes queen here. His idea is he obviously wants to go to queen g3. So I go rook e1, just lining up my rook with the queen for now. And when the queen goes to g3, I can often have tactics winning the knight. So queen here, and obviously if rook takes bishop, I go bishop h4, and I win the knight on e2 anyway. So he took with the queen. I went here, I'm just lining up my bishop, nice diagonal. So takes. So here after a takes b5, at first I thought I'd blundered, because if I take back, then rook takes a8, queen takes a8, and queen takes d5, and he just wins a piece. And then if I don't take back, then he won a pawn. But I realized I have this move which attacks the knight, attacks the queen. So if he moves his queen, I take the knight with check, and I just win a piece. And then the other option is he goes here, and then I take with check. And after king over, now I can take, because takes. The knight on c6 is not blocking the knight on d5, the vision. So after c3, I just did this, offered a trade. So takes, rook here, here. Okay, so the point is here, if I move my knight, I lose due to checkmate. So I give myself a breathing room, because if I take the pawn on b2, then he can just give himself a space, and then there's going to be back rank problems in the end. So I give myself a breathing space for my king, and now he just has to go back and defend the pawn on b2. King f7, bring my king to the game, and the game's really good. Here I kind of wanted to go knight f5 and go knight g3 and go knight e2, but in the end I decided not to do that. I was like, let's not complicate the game. I can't lose if I just keep it simple. And I didn't even calculate this move, I just immediately thought it was fine, but I didn't realize that after here there's rook e1, and the point is I just lose a piece because I can't defend my knight, and I can't move my knight or I lose my king. I'm actually still pretty much winning here because of how active my king is already compared to his. So here, rook b3, he can't defend the pawn. I take, he goes here, I just defend my pawn on g7 by pushing it. King e2, I push. Obviously, if he takes the pawn, I take his rook. So here, I take, and I go here, and it's just winning now because I push my pawn through. Here I promoted to a knight just to be funny. There were some people watching, and they kind of gave a little bit of a chuckle when I did this, but yeah, it doesn't really matter. So I go here, I take the pawn. Now I played this, I pushed my pawn, and here he resigned because no matter where he moves his king, I go here and then I promote my pawn, and it's just winning. So yeah, that was my first game. It was a bit of a funny one, but I still won. Luckily. Okay, game 2. This one's a lot more interesting. Although I feel like, let's just see. Okay, so e4, c5, knight f3, knight c6, here, and my opponent goes for the accelerated dragon. So at this point, I thought the accelerated dragon was literally just the dragon, except you play it in a different move order. So I didn't realize that the point of the accelerated dragon is you don't play d6, and so you can play d5 in one move. So what I did was this. So I went here, and then I just thought I was going to go a Yugoslav attack, just f3, queen d2, castles. And it's completely fine once he plays d6, but if he goes knight f6 and castles, and I play this and this, then he gets to play d5 at some point, and it's just very unpleasant for me. Probably should be a lot worse. Anyway, he plays d6, which just allows me to go back into a normal dragon. And then here, d5 again is the move. You want to open up the center, release your bishop. It can be very strong and can be very scary positions. Instead he plays rook e8, which makes no sense at all, because what are you doing? Why do you move your rook? What is the rook going to help? How's that going to help defend your king? How's that going to help attack my king? I mean, it doesn't make any sense at all. So I continued with the normal Yugoslav attack. He goes knight e5. Just, I don't know, putting pressure here. I don't think in this specific position it's very good because it doesn't do that much. So I just go h4, h5. I take and go here, and I was happy with allowing this fork because I don't really care if he wins my e2 bishop. So here I just played rook hg1, and now I have very strong rooks, and my threat here is f4, and the knight doesn't have the g4 square, and then I'd take the knight on g5. So here my opponent played an interesting move that does prevent that. Queen c8. So now if f4, knight g4 blocks out and I can't take the knight. I probably have f4, knight g4, and just like f5, and I probably should just be completely winning. I already am, but I played this instead, just trading off the bishops. Takes, and knight takes, I thought was a very weird move to play, because why do you allow h5? I just thought this was terrible for him, and it is. So he played knight takes, I just took with the rook, takes, and I went here, and I thought this must be winning for me, and it is. Knight g6, I played knight f5, so I want to play queen h6, and then queen g7 mate. So he took, and now obviously he can't move his knight, or there's queen g7 mate, or queen h5 mate. There's two mates if he moves his knight. So here he goes there just defending. I take. If he takes with a rook, I guess I probably pin the rook, or I go queen takes h5. Should be winning. So here he just allows this takes here, and then I take here. Queen here, it puts pressure on my bishop. I mean, there might be ideas of rook here, takes and takes, but it's hopeless really. First I threaten this fork. He goes king here. Now I go here, this bishop's targeting the g6 pawn. It's very strong for me. Rook g8 just attacks my queen. I need to move my queen now. And I went queen here. At this point I was looking at knight f6, which I realize does work, but it's really not something you want to do. It's just a bit too complicated. There's no need to complicate it like that. So instead I just played queen here, just looking for queen h6. Very logical. Queen c6 I guess threatens to take on d3, but it's not really something I need to be worried about. So I just played knight f6. He can't take because then there's check and there's mate, and the king has no other way to escape that. So here he played g5, which is the only way you can really prevent it. I mean, the computer's saying queen c7. I guess that makes sense, because here, and you'd have to give this up. But it's still completely winning for me. g5 I just take, and now he went rook here. So the point is, he's just threatening to take this. He's also like got strong pieces, kind of. It's not really, it's an illusion. He doesn't have an active position at all. I mean, he might have an active position, but my position is even more active, and I'm just completely winning because of how my pieces are surrounding the king. Even if I don't have this maiden 3, which I found. So I played rook g8, and my opponent resigned. Point is, after rook takes g8, which is the only legal move, I go queen h6. And then the only legal move is to block with rook h7, and then I have queen takes h7, checkmate. So that would be game over. So he just resigned after this point, and I was very happy with my performance in this game. It's not the best game I've ever played, but at this point, after I've only played 4 games, it definitely was the best game I've ever played. So yeah, it was nice game by me, just beating the dragon. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'll just say that this was actually the last game of the tournament. This tournament was originally supposed to be 8 rounds long, but in the end it was only 4 because COVID made the tournament stop. But it did mean that I didn't have to face a really strong opponent in round 5, and I got a very good provisional rating from this tournament, which I still have. They haven't even updated it since after this tournament, and it's been like over 6 months. But the new rating should be out soon anyway. Yeah, so from this tournament I got a provisional rating of 1982, which is just really good. I didn't actually have this rating at the very start of or at all in the next tournament, because the ratings came out afterwards. It's like a really delayed rating thing, but anyway, thanks for watching my video. I'll come back with my Club Champs games at some point. Might be ages, might be soon, who knows, but thanks for watching.